Greetings. I have been asked to share any insights I might have on forgiveness, and that's a tall order. Forgiveness, yes. One of the things that I have learned about forgiveness is that when we truly forgive someone with all our hearts and all our soul, we get the greatest gift of all, freedom from the negativity that we're holding. What happens? Imagine this. Someone really hurts you. You feel violated, undermined, demeaned, whatever that is, and it creates an unbearable pain. This pain, how do we resolve it? There comes a moment when we feel that we don't have resolution. What we do, and it hurts too much, we turn to anger. Oh, anger gives us a false sense of strength. Yes. When we're angry, feel what happens inside your body. Your physiology changes. You tighten, right? You have a false sense of strength. Neurocrest is activated. Jaw gets tight. Adrenaline is a whole field of chemistry and energy that gives us a sense of power. And once that happens, our frequency is aligning to the anger or the hatred. Oh, now we're an antenna. And what happens is we start drawing in thought forms that will absolutely assist us and serve us to fight back, to get even. Yeah, revenge. And then we notice that perhaps in the light that we used to see someone that perhaps we really loved, all of a sudden we have these images of them enacting a crime against us. And what happens is we never see that person again in the same light. That those images, those judgments become the lens that we see that person through. And our love bonds are broken. And because we feel violated, all of a sudden we have a sense that we have a right to be angry, a right to protect ourselves, to fight back. Oh, and then what comes next is we give ourselves permission to move forward and to attack. Why do we do that? My biggest question is, how is it that we turn to anger? We believe in anger. We entrust in it spontaneously. And we stop turning to love. Love can't help us, can it? Put us in a vulnerable state. What power do you have when you are with a heart wide open? Ooh. This is something that we could all look at. How has this happened? And in my own observations, I look, we have been entrained to believe that we need anger. We need to protect ourselves. We need to fight. Look at our world. Every country has its military, justifying death, justifying killing, justifying taking. When you're right, we can justify anything, right? we can give ourselves permission to do whatever it takes to be safe and to not feel the pain. And so it seems that we go into deeper and deeper schisms of separation. And in the world today, we see so much division, right? Where do we see the forgiveness? Where do we see the kindness? Ouch. But I do believe that by opening our eyes and to have a paradigm shift in how we deal with our pain, to begin once again asking the question, how do we heal in love? How do we heal conflicts? By staying in our hearts. I'd love to hear your minds right now, what your minds are saying. I would love really, truly to share what we respond to, how we respond to this in the world. And my hope is that keep paying attention and remember that when we are angry and we set up a resonance field of anger, we attract the thoughts that will support us to divide and fight. And those thoughts are not of the light. We need an enemy to keep those lower thought forms alive, that keep anger alive and war alive on this planet. So what I've seen is that this last 4 years, it's like we've learned a lot, right? I've seen that including our judgment and including looking at our anger and seeing that our thoughts are not us are an important step towards liberating ourselves from the manipulation of the beliefs that love is not the answer. Let's hold that in our hearts, if you like, that someday we will find the formula of our hearts to stand together and not to judge, but to see beyond each other's pain and our traumas and to see that pure, loving light within each other. That's the gift. And this is in our evolution. We have the power to do this. We just have to be aware and wake up and not be manipulated by anger. We can ask ourselves, am I ready to give up my attachment to my anger? Am I ready to give up my attachment to being right? Am I ready to open my heart and stand amongst my brothers and sisters in pure love? So, we can ponder together. And I send you all my heart, all my love, and blessings on the day of forgiveness.